And might I mention this?
Geomancer.
My word. That is quite a talent indeed.
We got a Geomancer.
See? I dare say I'd be useful in a fight after all.
In that case, I ask you to assist Huette in scouting.
Scouting?
You mean I can ride on her hawk and see the land from above? Oh, it would be an honor, my lord.
That sounds like a terrible
Aren't
idea.
flying up there for the scenery. Scouting is serious work.
My apologies. I was just so excited.
I'll count on you to get her up to speed, Huette.
I will be on my very best behavior.
What a nerd. I like her.
Understood.
Like Giorno's hair loops. I get it a little bit. Eccentric researcher. His abilities prove potent only under particular conditions. Usable abilities change depending on the terrain beneath her feet. The greater her TP, the greater her attack power. Okay, yeah. Giovanna Koppel. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that sounded familiar. I remember pointing it out and being like, they wouldn't have put that name in there specifically without it being important later. All right. Sorry, what? Greetings, Lord Serenoa. Lately, both battle and business have been good to Lionel. Some people have... Oh, this is his class upgrade language. Some people have even taken to calling him the Elocutionist. Lionel has heard that other merchants envy his many talents. Certainly isn't easy being so gifted. Your selection is not especially grand today, Lionel. It's gonna probably take a mission or two before we can actually get things up to a point where we can actually make use of them at all. All right, what are we looking at? Decimal first. You use a telescope. Fine. Physical damage, whatever. Automaton's Artifice. Become immune to all status ailments, but don't recover TP natural. Oh, so he's not... Oh, wait, he is. What? Oh, he has chart. Okay. I thought that was a usable skill, but it's a passive. So... Alright. So Decimal does not recover TP naturally on each turn, but he's immune to status ailments. Gain 3 TP when not moving or using commands on your turn. Okay. So basically charge up if you take a... Charge up if you basically take a turn off. Which I guess you can just do on your own... You can just do that on your own accord. Target. No height restriction, basically. Range of 10? Deal non-elemental damage to all enemies within range whose current HP is a multiple of 3. Deal non-elemental damage to all enemies within range whose current HP is a multiple of 4 and decrease their movement by 1 to 3 turns. Or 1 for 3 turns. Deal non-elemental damage to all enemies within range whose current HP is a multiple of 5 and have a chance to instantly kill them! Raises strength and magic attack of all allies within range with 0 TP for 3 turns. Okay, so really, really useful if you pay attention. Pickaxe of Passion. We got Rock Throw. Physical damage to a single enemy on flatland, rock, or pavement. Trekking for TP is what Housewort has. Ivy Beam. Non-elemental damage to enemies in a line with a chance to immobilize them for 2 turns on grass and wheat field. HP to an ally and okay, so these are... I was initially thinking that she would have one skill that was like basically use the power of the land around you. Like, I figured she would have a skill that was basically use the power of whatever you're standing on to do that element of damage. But what she actually has is a bunch of different skills that are only usable if she's standing in a particular place. Passive skill, increase your strength and magic attack, greater TP, greater the boost. Deal fire-type magic damage to enemies in a straight line and set the ground ablaze if you're already standing in fire. I typically attempt to not stand in fire, but I guess we can give that a go. Anyway, I couldn't upgrade them very much, so... I wasn't really worried about throwing a level 1 upgrade in on them because I don't have enough materials to go very far in the skill tree. And I'm gonna end up giving them most of what's in level 1 anyway, so I wasn't really concerned about what was what. So I may have seen this before. From here on, I'm gonna be a little unsure which optional cutscenes we've seen and which ones we haven't. I don't remember this.
Phallus, enjoying yourself, are you?
It sounds like he is.
I do wish you'd learn to temper your vices, brother.
And I wish you'd learn to live a little, sister. Well then, what is it?
We leave for the Falk's domain at once.
Yeah, this is
I thought
new.
those Wolffort dogs were to do the deed. Why must we go?
Okay, listen. Not gonna play this again, but I gotta say, solid work by the voice acting here. Making noises that are clearly sex noises, but like PG-13 sex noises. Like, it's pretty clear what we're listening to, but there's enough like plausible deniability in there where it's like, oh, you know, they could just be, you know, they could just be frolicking. You know, it sounds like laughter. Maybe he's just funny. It's subtle, but they got it in there. They like, you kind of knew what you were listening to, but like it wasn't full on pornographic. So like, good work. Solid.
You really must use your head more often. The one atop your shoulders, that is. When have you ever known a dog to be obedient without some good measure of discipline?
Indeed. Very well then, dear sister. I shall be ready anon.
I mean, just like in the middle of the courtyard, though? Right in front of my salad? Well, that was worth it. Let's see what's going on at House Wolffort. I bet he's mad at me.
Twould seem the rumors were true, my lord. House Wolffort has delivered Prince Roland into Esfrost's clutches.
It doesn't feel good.
And House Telior, my lord, they too have... My lord?
My good man, when you look at this painting, what do you feel?
It is our home. As beautiful and verdant in reality as it is depicted by a master's brush.
Indeed. It is a treasure, our land. It's safekeeping entrusted to us by His Majesty King Regna. May his soul rest in peace. An honor without equal. A duty worth fulfilling. At all and any cost. A duty I will not shirk from. Now or ever.
Was not subtle. I'm not sure about that. I strongly feel like Erica may have blocked it. Man, the idea that give up Roland means actually capitulate the entire domain to Esfrost and put the whole thing in red is not something I was particularly ready for. Like, I didn't expect that. That feels especially bad. I'm really glad we didn't do this on the first playthrough. I'm doing it now for content, but like, we're gonna make a lot of decisions I don't necessarily agree with just to see how bad they are.
What? Invade the Folk's domain?
Such was the edict delivered to us by the Esfrosti messenger.
Ludicrous. They would have the high houses turn on one another?
I mean, we basically already
with
have.
House Wolffort, not stabbing them in the back.
Doubtless, the Archduke has little regard for honor between houses. He views the Falk's land as a fruit ripe for plucking.
One which they would pluck for themselves. Or have us pluck for them, rather.
The decree was signed in Prince Roland's own hand.
Lies! His hand was forced.
Accurate.
Indeed, by my brother. And if we disobey, the Archduke would have good reason to make an example of us.
Gustadolf wins either way. We're trapped.
And yet, no trap is infallible, my lord. There must be a way to avoid the civil war the Archduke is intent on causing.
Yeah?
Aye. And I reckon Lord Landroy's of the same mind. He's the last man who wants to see countrymen slaughtering each other.
Agreed.
But we
must tread carefully.
He's also gonna be pissed at us.
If indeed
for giving
it
up
is the
Roland.
land itself that Gustadolf desires, perhaps an exchange can be arranged.
An exchange of what? Territory?
Just so. House Tellior negotiated similar terms. Far from ideal, to be certain, but preferable to the alternative. Whether Lord Landroy will be amenable to such terms, however, is another matter entirely.
He will not.
Still, it is our best chance. Let us treat with Lord Landroy. In the meantime, Esfrost must believe that we are playing along. Advance our forces to the Folk's domain.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, I feel like Landroy is gonna pick the fight himself. Like, he's gonna be like, not only am I not negotiating, but I'm gonna fight you now for negotiating yourselves.
My lord, are you off to battle again?
Aye, by the royal family's decree. And I have need of able-bodied men.
Return victorious, my lord.
Not you.
Worry not. We shall.
Why, if it isn't the young Lord Wolffort?
Minister Patriot, I had not heard that you were paying a visit to our domain.
Ah, Lord Wolffort, pray do not concern yourself on my account. My work here is all but done, and it is time I was on my way.
Yeah, you can go anytime.
I must commend you, my lord, for keeping order and harmony in your domain despite the rather unfortunate recent events. Most admirable indeed.
This is how you know we're on the wrong path.
At the end of the day, our duty is to the throne, not to the man who sits in it. In times of uncertainty, we must value order above all else. I would encourage you to remember that.
I can see the merit in that. Thank you for your wisdom.
Heed it well, and I have no doubt many years of prosperity await you and yours under Esfrosti rule. By your leave, my lord.
Yeah, wow, this feels like a significant divergence. Like, even right down to the people we're talking to and the circumstances that they find themselves in. This is really interesting. This is a much more significant split than I was expecting. I'm very impressed, honestly.
What news from House Wolffort, my lord?
The Archduke has ordered them to march on our domain in Prince Roland's name. A clever ploy, if true. No matter the outcome, Esfrost profits. However, House Wolffort claims to have no intention of blindly following these orders. They seek to parley, that we might together find a way to prevent the fall of the three high houses.
How will you respond, my lord?
How indeed. The Wolfforts handed over His Highness to save their own hides. Hardly
Right.
an act that warrants our trust.
So, his response to us is exactly the same as my response to Tellior in my first playthrough. And rightly so. We dishonored ourselves. We bent the knee. We made a difficult choice to save our own hides. And now it looks like we're playing the loyal house to get something we want as well. He has every reason to distrust us the same way that we distrusted House Tellior. Now, in the case of House Tellior, we were right to distrust them. They were trying to backstab us, whereas in this case, our intentions are pure, but he doesn't know that and has no reason to believe it.
That said, their desire to avoid bloodshed is no doubt sincere, if only to bide time to lick their wounds. And somehow,
well, we don't have wounds because we didn't
there
fight.
May be more to this stratagem of theirs.
My lord, then you...
I shall grant them audience. Pen the reply.
At once, my lord.
I mean, here's the thing. We don't really have a plan.
Prince Roland has passed his decree. The complete decimation of House Falks is the order of the day. A chilling command, which would see one of Glenbrook's 3 high houses reduced to bloody rubble. Though penned in the prince's hand, the order was not his own. Forcing his hand was Archduke Gustadolf, a specter over his shoulders until the ink had dried. House Wolffort is given the command to uproot their erstwhile countrymen, and with heavy hearts, they march. However, the young Serenoa bears hope. Hope that bloodshed can be stopped.
It can't.
Hope that Lord Landroy can be convinced to see reason.
He won't.
Hope that the day is not far off when the realm will know peace again.
It is. I will be playing the Cuphead DLC. Most likely not with Jessie because it comes out while she's gone. And also, she didn't actually play the original Cuphead. Well, she played it a little bit. But I don't think we ever played it co-op. I don't think. I'm not sure now. But yeah, I'm probably gonna play Delicious Last Course, probably on the day that it comes out. When original Cuphead came out.
The Wolfforts have been ordered to bring down House Falks, you say?
Hey, look who's alive. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna play the Cuphead DLC the day it comes out. The day original Cuphead came out, I actually played it on release day and streamed the whole thing. And finished it in one sitting. So I kind of plan to do the same thing with Delicious Last Course.
It would appear so. They entreat us for arms and provisions for the battle ahead.
A request we will deny, of course. I leave it to you to concoct a convincing reason.
Consider it done.
I do believe this little conflict between countrymen will play to our benefit.
Of course it will.
No doubt Landroy will spare no effort as he makes his last stand. Our day draws near, Booker, and we must make every preparation for its arrival.
And so it shall be.
I hate that we have to work for him. I hate that working for him was literally the singular thing keeping me from the golden route on my first playthrough. I hate it. I hate him, and I don't want him to be happy.
The Falklands truly are the jewel of Glenbrook.
Aye. I don't see Landroy giving them up easily, even if it comes to war.
And that is why we will not simply give them up. We shall negotiate such that benefits may be reaped by all parties. Lord Landroy first among them. He is a reasonable man, yes?
Teller, you may have forgotten, but the thing that really turned me from, like, Sorceley is kind of a, like, the thing that turned me from Sorceley is just kind of a greedy asshole to, like, an actual evil villain is the time that he ordered the execution of a Roselle slave because they collapsed from exhaustion. That was the thing where it's like, oh, okay. Oh, okay, he got his kick the dog scene. Now, granted, that's basically what everyone in Hyzanth, that's basically how they all treat the Roselle. But he had the whole scene where he's like, oh, put that one out of its misery. I mean, if we're talking about, like, legality, then, like, Sorceley is doing the illicit salt trade, which is illegal, but not necessarily morally wrong, considering it's going to disadvantaged people in Esfrost, which we now know. Whereas his, like, brutal mistreatment of Roselle slaves is deeply morally wrong, but, you know, perfectly in line with their laws and teachings. So, I mean, you know, legality is not morality.
That he is, my lord. But we cannot hope to make him see reason if we cannot speak to him face to face.
Should negotiations fail, we will find ourselves fighting on their terms. I must have a strategy at the ready. Behold the lifts. Typically, they're employed by those who work the land. I believe they might also serve us in battle. Yay! That's fun! Should it come to that, we will not hesitate to take advantage. I love we're already talking about battle strategies. We should survey the land before Landroy arrives. Man, this sucks because it's kind of tragic. Like, we do actually want to find a way to team up and not have to fight. It's exactly what I said. They're going to pick the fight. Which slightly takes some of the guilt and the... Because it's too heartbreaking to just have to... It's too heartbreaking to just have to, like, completely jump people who don't deserve it or who haven't done anything wrong. So we're going here as like, oh yeah, no, that we're not going to do that, but let's see if we can talk to them and find another way. And they're going to preemptively attack us so that we don't have to feel so bad and it becomes self-defense. Cat. Okay, let's gather information. False, Chaos! Giovanna is never truly done surveying the land. There's always something more to learn. Negotiations fail and battle with House Wolffort ensues, which it's obviously going to. Their archers have the upper hand, raining down arrows upon us from above. My cousin lives in the Crown City, but I haven't heard of him of late. I wonder if he's alright. I'm not without hope he will listen to reason, but we must be prepared for all contingencies. This sucks. You know, one thing about, like, voting with all my convictions on the first playthrough is, like, I never had to fight anyone that I didn't want to fight. Except Avlora, kind of. Like, Avlora was an enemy, but I'd seen enough of her in, like, from scenes that the rest of the party, like, wasn't privy to know that she was a good person. And now it's like, this is the first time I remember being like, man, I don't want to do this battle. I don't want to kill these people. But this is what we chose for content. Used to be the site of a great fort many years ago. That's why the grounds are terraced like this. My grandpa told me so. Hey, Hewitt. First I lose Prince Roland, now must I turn my blade against my countrymen. And not just countrymen, but House Falks, loyal retainers of the crown. I only hope we can resolve this with words alone. Falk lands produce all the grain in Glenbrook. We have to protect these lands for our people. We must try to persuade Lord Landroy to our cause, but he will inevitably have the final say on the matter. None of these really matter anymore. Well, no matter what happens, Esfrost is the victor. They have us in the palm of their hands now. I wish there was more we could do. Yeah, this feeling of hopelessness and like, well, we're stuck now. There isn't anything we can do. Like, the one thing I could cling to in the first playthrough was defiance. You know what? It's like, everything's working against us, and then everything's working against us, and this all kind of sucks. But, like, we never bent the knee. We never hit the point where we were like, okay, I guess we'll capitulate. We kind of decided, like, damn it, we're gonna go down swinging. And there was something to that still felt okay. Is it true what they say? Prince Roland's taken prisoner by Esfrost. What is happening in Glenbrook? Lord Landroy is prepared to fight, but what of House Wolffort? Can only pray you do not forsake his highness to save your own hides. Esfrost is watching our every move. We must be cautious lest any harm come to Roland. Whither, Prince Roland? Beautiful fields like these don't just sprout up overnight. It takes hard work. I can see why Lord Landroy's subjects are so loyal to him. I was surprised to see that harvesting took precedence over building any semblance of walls or fences. Lord Landroy is a man possessed of fierce loyalty. What would he do with this land if were worst come to worst? Lord Landroy is a warrior through and through. If it came down to it, I know he'd fight until his last breath. But he's also got a heart of gold. I doubt he'd go so far as to sacrifice his land or his people for any reason. Don't go forgetting that he honors honor and loyalty more than most. You do well not to let your guard down. Okay, we'll be peaceful. That's why we're surveying the battlefield. Lifts powered by the windmills. Our family's been tasked by Lord Landroy, keeping them good in repair. Should even a single one of them break down, we'll rush to the scene to fix it. Why is that lift not working? That's all. I thought it was fine earlier today. I have something to miss with one of the windmills. I'll take a look right away. Just as I thought, the windmill's busted. Should be easy enough to fix, though. Mind fetching a part for me from my old man? Sure. I feel really bad that we're gonna have you fix the windmill so that we can use it to kill your countrymen. Isn't she a beauty? These windmills are the pride of the Fox domain. This power of the wind what moves these lifts, you see? The Lord had them built so we could use these fields to their fullest. These fertile lands are given to us by King Regna, so we need to make the most of them. Also, I heard they cause cancer. Hey, what do you got? Stuff I want but can't afford. You know, I'm so averse to ever using healing items, and yet, or any type of item, and yet when the situation comes up where I could just sell a bunch of them because I want other stuff, I'm just like, but what if I want to use them though? There. So it has to be specifically... Oh, it can be, like, it's chapter 15 or after if you have the proper conviction stats. That's still really specific. Alright. Smallest spark could set the fields ablaze now. We must needs tread carefully. What? Chronicles say that many a field was set ablaze in the Salt Iron War. You should know better to say things like that. It's bad luck. Okay. Well, I'm not going to set the wheat fields on fire. Yes, Frosty value freedom more than anything. Unfortunately, all that means is the powerful rise to the top and the weak are crushed under their iron boot. Leaders like Gustadolf don't know the meaning of peace. We sealed our faith the day His Grace thought we could reason with them. Gustadolf stands atop a nation where only the strongest thrive. I suppose his invasion of Groenbrook was merely an extension of that. God, that feels uncomfortably familiar. I wish not to tarnish this beautiful land in a fight. Yeah, I probably won't bring you, to be honest. Wheat is a specialty of this land. We export it to both Hyzant and Esfrost. I heard a ghastly rumor that Esfrost invaded the Crown City. Could they be after our wheat too? They grow their wheat in terraced fields, I see. I suppose this lift is used for planting. Mayhap we can leverage this in battle. We have nothing to lose by learning how to operate it, especially if we cannot find common ground. Where's this guy's dad? Oh, I didn't check the houses. There we go. That's probably it. Lord Landroy entrusted my family with fixing the windmills. My son is in charge of repairs. I just manage the parts. Your son asked for some parts to fix the windmill. Might you have what he needs? I reckon I know just the one giving you folks trouble. This should do the trick. I'm going to take this to my boy over fixing the wink. And while you're gone, I will loot your house. Hey, Tarnin. New Game Plus has been good. We're getting to see some alternate routes. This route feels bad, and I'm glad we didn't take it the first time through, but I'm impressed with how different it is. Like, different cutscenes, different circumstances, we're talking to different people, our land is a different color. The implications are fairly far-reaching. Lord Landroy thinks only of the happiness and prosperity of his people. You won't find a more loyal subject to King Regna anywhere in the land. We're proud to call him our lord. Well, that's gonna make me feel bad when we kill him. Here, I brought the parts. Have it fixed up in no time. Give us a moment. That should do it. Whoever came up with this is something else. Who would have thought to harness the power of wind? Well, Narv thought about it. It's a convenient device. Yeah, we gotta grind up some resources to give them some upgrades, because they're not gonna be... I'm not even gonna take them into the fights until we have some... Until we have the ability to get them up to speed a little bit. Because they'll just get wiped and we won't get to see what they can do. And that's no fun. Well, I think that's... Oh, actually, I got more money. Alright, we got a couple of notes. The route that we took did not cover what happened to Avlora, and it did not cover the end of Cordelia's story because we bailed on all of that. So I'm actually quite interested to see that side of the story get wrapped up as well. Alright, I think we're good to move on. Lord Landroy should be arriving soon. Let us hope he is receptive to our terms. In before the next thing is just like... The next thing is just the battle icon that comes up.
As Frosty forces muster at the border, they're preparing to advance.
Frost, what treachery is this?
What?
While we were preparing for the parley, they snuck up on us unawares. What shall we do, my lord?
Does he mean ours?
So the Wolffort dogs have already learned some tricks from their new master, eh?
We await your command, my lord.
Split our forces in two. Send one regiment to the border. I shall lead the other to meet House Wolffort in the field.
Aye, my lord.
We'll defend King Regna's gift until the last of us falls. The history shall know that House Fox did not bend the knee.
Shit. They anticipated this. They knew. They knew we would try. Oh, man. Oh!
Enough of your schemes, you traitorous dog.
Yeah, I mean, that's an understandable conclusion for you to have come to.
Lord Landroy, what is the meaning of this?
His arrow's already knocked. What happened to manners, old friend?
You'd like that, wouldn't you? For me to give you a hearty embrace while Esfrost cuts me down from behind. Ha! A shameful scheme befitting the cowards who abandoned our prince.
Are you mad? We haven't a clue what Esfrost is scheming.
Lies. I'll listen to the slithering of snakes no further.
We've been swindled. Gustadolf meant to force this battle from the start. Damn it all.
Yeah, we got.
Ash in the wind? Smoke from the village. The houses burn!
What madness is this, Landroy? You would set your own home ablaze?
And what would you have me do with it? Leave it for Esfrost to pillage and plunder? The only thing those bastards will get from me is an arrow through the eye.
They set their arrows alight!
Landroy, no! There must be another way.
There is no other way, boy. Your treachery saw to that. King Regna, it will not be long ere I stand by your side again.
He leaves us no recourse. Swords!
Yeah. They knew we would probably try to work something out, but they also knew that Landroy would be suspicious of us because we capitulated to Esfrost's demands. So just to make sure we couldn't have an actual discussion, they forced our hand by putting troops on the border to freak him out. And now he's all spooked, so we gotta do this now. I will not make Frederica set the fields on fire. I was thinking about that too. Yeah, the other option, the other timeline, is to set your own domain on fire to stop the advance of enemies. Recommended. I would like the record to show that I did not do that.
My shield is impregnable.
I'll give it a try.
Thank you for relying on this old maid. As you command.
Yeah, this should do nicely. Yeah, bird's good for the terrain. We got Groma. We got ice, not fire. Anna for climbing up larger than usual cliff faces. and stabbing archers. ENs for ladders and spring traps, but mostly turrets. Bird for mobile tank. Izana... I mean, we could do thunderstorms, but is that the best use of our... Also, she's getting hit with arrows. I don't think she lasts very long. Moon jump could be really good here.
I live to serve.
But one healer doesn't feel like enough. If memory serves... Oh, he does not have a fire ring. I thought he did. Yeah, let's do that. That's an especially good idea. That's an interesting... The black anklet is a really, really interesting idea on Groma specifically. If it increased evasion, I would probably give it to her. Wait, do I have Benedict in this fight? Why? Okay, good.
Your wish is my command.
I take both of them. Great.
As you command.
Hey, you know what? You can have a magic ring. That's literally the only thing you do. That's good. This will work. Okay, let's see what we're looking at. We got archers, we got Landroy. What does Landroy got? Other than a shit ton of HP. And a fealty bow! Resist temptation? Yeah, I'd say so. Blindness and fury. I wouldn't say, based on my dealings with him, that Landroy is immune to fury. But sure. Shadow stitching. Staggering. Knock them back. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, this is incredibly tragic. I hate this. I hate that we have to do this. The alternate route is just objectively better for like feels purposes. Boy, for a literal uphill battle, we probably don't have enough beef. Like, we've got one tank here. Let's actually do this differently. This is New Game Plus, so we may have to do this a couple times. But that's okay. Also, shoutouts to an entire mechanic that just did not come up one time in the first playthrough. I mean, it's basically just a minecart with elevation, but still. I suppose it did come up on the ship, that's true. Also, you can't, yeah, that's also true. That's also true. So lifts are just objectively worse. Worst mode of transportation, hands down.